I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. Welcome back to the best leadership podcast ever, where every week we rethink your daily behaviors to help you become a leader that other people want to follow. My name's Jeff Matlow. I'm a leadership coach. I help executives and entrepreneurs overcome self-doubt and catapult their career. And today I want to talk about words. You see, I definitely have a geeky side to my personality, and the inner dork in me is forever fascinated with words and their usage. For instance, I recently saw somebody describe their company like this. Get ready. We've developed the decision support tool that will supersede the current transformer technology with quantitative reasoning. Now, I've read that sentence about 80 times. It's awesome. It makes me smile. The thing I love about it is the level to which it's jam-packed with bullshit. Nearly every word is ridiculous. Just when you think that it can't get any worse, it does. It gives me butterflies reading it. And if you know me enough, you'll probably guess that I've begun to armchair analyze the person who sent it. Now, keep in mind, I don't know a single thing about the individual who wrote that sentence, but you can bet your bottom bumpkin that I've developed an entire persona in my head about the person that would create that type of sentence and think, yeah, this is pretty good. On a similar note, I once worked with a fellow who'd always jumbled together ridiculous tech language when talking to non-tech people. He'd say things like, "We've got a critical syntactic anomaly within our operating framework and had to do a full audit to isolate the issue that was undermining the environment." Now, back in the day, whatever day that was, hearing somebody talk like that would cause me to cocoon into my imposter syndrome. I believed I just wasn't smart enough to understand them. Fortunately, I'm over that phase now. I now find it all so ridiculous. And I've realized that most people use big and complicated words when they're just trying to hide some failing or insecurity about themselves. As far as that coworker who used that tech language, he was actually trying to send up a smokescreen to cover the fact that he just wasn't good at his job. A more confident person would have said something like, "Hey, we put an extra character in the code by mistake. It's fixed. Oops." I recently released a podcast episode about the connection between street signs and poor communication in the workplace. You should listen to it. That podcast episode prompted my friend Tobin to write a piece on common language. I'll put a link to that in the comments. As part of Tobin's work with corporations and C-suite leaders, he creates glossaries to help organizations maintain consistency with their wording. His thinking in his article is so spot on, I can barely see the spot from him standing on it. See, consistency is critical when it comes to effective communication. Consistency is also critical when it comes to building a happy and productive company culture. Let me give you an example. As a leadership coach, I've been really fortunate to work with different types of companies across a whole bunch of different types of industries. One of my clients, let's call them Array, is a really successful service provider, multi-million-dollar company. They focus heavily on employee happiness within the company. Their goal has been to have the happiest employees in their space, and they did a really good job with it. They have a term for their employee happiness initiatives. It's called the Array Way. Catchy, right? I thought so too. Unfortunately, as Array grew larger, it's become harder for them to retain all their employees. Turns out poker nights and birthday gifts aren't enough anymore. So one day, while talking with the company leader, I decided to delve into the Array Way. After all, the Array Way seemed like the cornerstone of the company's culture, and I wanted to know more. I was pretty confident that everybody in the company knew the term the Array Way, but I didn't know if they all knew what it meant. Heck, I wasn't even sure if I knew what it meant. So I asked the leader for his definition of the Array Way. What he cobbled together in a 2-minute explanation kinda made sense, but mostly for a startup company. As your company or team grows, your terminology must grow with it. Good communication must be clear and concise for it to be scalable and effective. So I asked him if everybody else would define the array way in the same words as him. He wasn't sure, so we tested it. As it turns out, each employee we spoke with used different words to describe the array way. There was little consistency. So is this inconsistent communication the reason why array now has a higher turnover rate? Yes and no. It's a reason, but it's probably not the only reason. Regardless, it sure isn't helping matters. You see, a company is nothing more than a group of people working towards a common good. Well, wait a minute, I take that back. You see, because a company is nothing more than a group of people. The working towards a common good part relies on a common understanding of what the common good is. And the only way to do that, short of mental telepathy, is with common words that describe the common good for all the people to share in common. So let me ask you, what words are you using to describe your company? Are there any words in your mission, vision, or values that really fuel your joy for your job? Does your company even have a mission, vision, or values? And if I asked everybody in the company to describe your organization, would they all say the same thing? Would your clients describe your company in the same way you do? If you don't create clarity and consistency with your words, your employees won't have clarity and consistency with their behavior, and your clients won't have clarity and consistency with what your company does. Now, this isn't about semantics. It's about ensuring that everyone related to the organization is on the same page. It's about making sure no employee ever explains your business with the absurdity of a decision support tool that will supersede the current transformer technology with quantitative reasoning. Because remember, words matter. And if you want to explore whether your company is using the right words, drop me a line. My information is down in the comments. I'd love to chat. In the meantime, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that your engagement weaves the golden threads that not only enrich our collective journey, but also elevate the caliber of our dialogues. And for that, you're my hero, and I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. If you like this, please give it 5 stars, leave a review. If you want to chat, I would love to chat. You reach out to me at bytitleonly.com. I'll talk to you next time. I hope you have a great week. Bye.